The camera admits he was in the wrong here because he thought that the Toyota proceeded and was paying attention to oncoming traffic. That's part of living and learning, and I'm glad that no one was hurt. This truck driver is insanely dangerous and should be taken off the road before he kills someone with his driving. He's not fit to drive a massive truck such as that one. Supposedly, this stemmed from the driver hitting the gas instead of the brakes. At least, that's what the driver claimed. It's nifty how there were two back-to-back angles for this crash as well. This is honestly one of the shortest red lights I've seen in years, and yet someone still managed to go through the red. Impressive work, to say the least. The Jeep driver sideswiped the camera's Tesla and then thought that no one would notice when he decided to flee the scene. The lack of accountability these days is truly astonishing. This idiot drove in the opposite traffic lane, all for what? He ended up at the same light as the camera, and had all that trouble to end up 3 feet ahead, which doesn't seem worth it to me. My advice is to always slow down and be aware when approaching blind intersections like these. The person couldn't see whether anyone was coming, and they should have stopped fully and pulled out more slowly, but the camera could work on his alertness as well. At least they had their blinker on so you knew which side had the problem. That driver drove for another few miles without his tire before hitting the wall and then hitting the back of his car.
Exchange classes at Antonis Street.
Continue straight for 2 hours and 51 minutes to exit 86B, I-26 West, Columbia.
The camera was hit by an uninsured driver, which caused the spin out and totaling of the vehicle. At first, he was going to be at fault, but since he had dashcam footage, he was able to prove his innocence. This driver blew past a stop sign and nearly drove straight into the camera. I have a feeling that if he would have hit the camera, he probably would have just driven off. It looks like one of those drivers that just has to keep creeping forwards while waiting for traffic to clear, and they didn't realize how far into the road they were, and they were trying to steer with a phone in one hand. Hopefully this lesson wasn't too expensive for them.
Where are you going? You're so retarded, dude. Like, pay attention, bro. What the fuck are you doing? Oh my god. Oh my god. Dash cam, bitch. Dash cam. Possibly white, it's hard to. Holy crap. He has almost hit another car.
Driving drunk on a Tuesday during the middle of the day is a special breed of idiot in that car. Unfortunately, the Kia driver was on his phone for a significant amount of time prior to this accident occurring, according to the camera. The camera stopped to help and provided dashcam footage to the authorities and the people involved. It seems like the Tesla collision avoidance system malfunctioned and did the opposite by gravitating towards a collision as opposed to preventing one. I'm just joking, by the way.
He got a turn! What the? What?
This driver felt like she was entitled to whatever road she wanted and had the audacity to get upset when someone honked at her for her wrongdoing. My only guess is that the car, which can't be seen, stopped abruptly to make a left turn to that side road and almost caused a big pileup behind him. The driver passed a car and blew through a light that was down, which should be treated as a stop. Good luck with that ticket, because he's definitely going to need it. It seems like the truck driver waited to turn at the last second as soon as the camera approached, just so they could cause a close call. The camera admit he was in the wrong here. He misjudged how far out the road was, causing this. The car did seem fine though, and he mainly hurt the concrete siding and his pride. The BMW driver tried to copy the AMG and pulled a 0 to I messed up real quick instead. He didn't even bother to use his turn signal. He turned to the right too quickly and then lifted off the throttle while counter-steering, causing the spin out into the ditch.